Hello everyone, this is a grumpy old guy gaming, back on the Shining Darkness server. Level 98 field we're running today. Here you can see it's a forest field. Picking up an Anko Kashiki out of the chest there. Probably get my buffs up before we get rolling too much here. Rather sprawling area. And yeah, let's see what we get into today. Make a beeline for that spring first, since we already picked up a weapon. Lone Armor General, not so bad. Of course, as you know, I can just sit here and Megan ROM this thing to the nth, and that is probably going to be the safest direction to go, as they hit for a disproportionately high level of damage. Not the most time efficient strategy. Of course, with level 99 gear, it's like you're not going to get a whole ton of magic power off of, max level heavy armor set, but Megan ROM does the job just fine. One more will do it. If it was more to do, I would probably back out of that corner there, but let's be honest. I wasn't worried about much more than its combo attack anyway. This, however, is rather troublesome. That is 3 of them. As you can see, the big issue comes when I've got to deal with 2 of the 3 and the 3rd breaks loose. Which for some reason is getting to be the actual run of things. That should have all 3 of them. Finally got that in place. Armor Generals, just... I mean, you spend so much time worried about the status effects, especially like confusion and sleep. Then you get up to high level, and you're reminded just how bad pure damage can be. Now we've got the ones that have taken less damage sort of flanked on the edge there. Formation broken up, which is actually a bit of a boon to us, allows us to reset. There's a little, and I'm not sure if it's coming through due to the audio levels that I've got set here, but there's this little like whirring sound you could hear right at the beginning of the combo attack, and that's the sign that you're effed if you don't have a healing item. Because that thing's going to hit and hit hard. Finally got one of the generals down. And getting the pair together, not the worst thing to do here. I'm going to pop an elixir there, because they were rather close for comfort beforehand. There it was again. Now my buffs have worn off. 2 combats, that's it. And it's funny, because this is kind of a narrow room. You'd think once they were all bunched up, they'd have stayed bunched up, but they still found a way to maneuver around. Just sort of a neat thing, I guess. With them, you really don't have them on lock, no matter what you do. Did take a bit, but we got through. Reapply rig demon, rig same. Got another portal here on the left-hand side, and then we'll hit our spring. Hey, an Astro King. Technically should be the enemy we're least suited to face, and yet this is the one, this is one of the ones in this level range that I actually feel alright with. I know how much damage its Vulcan summon is going to do to me. There you see it, 1110. I think 1116 is the actual high spot. So as long as I stay above that, because spells can't crit, I know I'm in relatively good shape here. Hitting for a solid 250 per hit. Don't know why I paused there. Let's visit the spring, usually a level 5 grandpa in these fields. This time, oddly enough, a level 5 monsieur. Still asking for the golden and silver axe. Honesty being the best policy, we tell him neither, and he goes ahead and works his magic on the Unko Kashiki, turning it into some specter blades. We are out of speed. Fortunately, Apdu on the gear, and since Riggeem and Rigsame are notoriously slow, we'll just go ahead and reset the counter on everything before continuing. Pass a couple skullflowers there. Back through the corridor of endless armor generals. Now off to the right side here, we have this little hook at the top, and then we've got some rooms down beneath as well. Facing a Psyche Vision here, kind of the easy enemy. All the more so thanks to the fact that I could put it to sleep, get a good head start here. But it's a wood enemy, which means I have a shot at that sweet, sweet elemental hit damage with my Migan Rom. They're actually very high in physical evasion, so trying to attack them in melee, not always advisable. I would say make an exception if you have a Death Strike character, like any of the death weapons, especially if you've got Sora's Blades, because if you hit, chances are you'll hit that death ability too and take out thousands of hit points. But if you have a nice simple spell like this, that's really the finisher you want. Just good consistent damage. As you can see, they don't hit particularly hard themselves. It's a race you'll easily win. Picking up a water beast there. Not really the stuff you'd expect out of a 98 field, but okay. Get a little more risky business here as the skullflower looks on. I mean, what a great visual. That right there I'm coming back to. That's the thumbnail. Flash spear. Okay. One more portal here. Yep, I was thinking as long as it's not armor generals, we're fine. Go around here, cast at the bird's backside. Lost a couple seconds there, and the first 3 being not an elemental hit will definitely put us behind the 8 ball as far as damage disparity goes. But again, any head start is more than enough head start. Really, the sleep is just to sort of give me that feel-good edge, and because it's one of the few monsters this level range that works on. Does work fine enough to keep using it, though. And so I will. I don't imagine there are a whole ton of Blade Master weapons with Moominlay available on it, but I could have got the consumable scrolls, and that may have helped me out a great deal earlier. Pick up a Forest of Fear here, always an on-point thing to pick up in a forest field. Couple more of the groundling skullflowers. Seeing 2 portals. Another Astra King here. Always keeping an eye on the hit points. As you see, I got down to 1,000 there, so it's time to pop an elixir. Yeah, right at about 1100 is my safety threshold, because if that Vulcan pops off, I'm losing 1110 to 1116. Fortunately, I won't lose a damn thing on that one. Just for the sake of my paranoia, we're going to refresh for the what looks like the final portal here. And yeah, we have armor generals. My favorite, least favorite. Gonna hope this corner holds for quite some time, as well as my SP bar, as we charged in here still rather low after the Astra King drained us a fair bit. I think that was it. Was that the last battle? Yeah. So the corner gave. That's okay, we needed to use an Artisan Soul anyway, and managed to get back just in time to get a good group shot there. Unfortunately, that was kind of a one and done. And now we have to be very mindful. As you could see, no combo attacks there, just the fact that all three of them were hitting. And hey, it took that little bit of sacrifice to get us into the dream scenario. Nice tight cluster there for the armor generals, a good distance off. We should get one down here on this cast. And the other two relatively low in hit points, under half for both, and we end up targeting the one with the higher hit point totals. So these bars should be evening out more so with every round. And we should get them down in just about the same time. Just 74 hit points difference at the end there. So not so terrible for us. Speed boost wore off as we reach this square room. There's an altar there. Surrounded on trees on every side. Some of you who have played this game or observed my previous videos may have picked up on it already. There's something a little weird happening here. If you go back through this map, there's no dungeon entrance. This is effectively a zero floor map, a zero floor dungeon. All you have is the forest field itself. Kind of a neat anomaly, and as a promise, I could tell you it's on the Shining Darkness server, but I don't think I'm going to tell you the keywords. That's a little mystery for yourself. I will warn you, this is a level 98 area. So you have 98 wood field to go off of. Go ahead, form up a party and search to your heart's content if you find this place. Hopefully with a character that is able to survive it. Let me know how you fared and what you thought of it. In the meantime, this has been a Grumpy Old Guy Gaming saying thanks for watching, and